Hey guys, welcome to the Athfix. This is the fifth video of the JQuery course. In this course, I am going to discuss about the stop function and the callback function, as well as the chaining and the get context and the attribute. Here we are going to get whatever present in the HTML and the text and the values and a lot. And we are going to add the element, we are going to remove the element, and we are going to discuss a lot. Coming back to the stop function. Well, we have used a lot of animation. The animation which include the fade in, fade out, and the toggle, as well as the slide in, slide out, and hide and show. We can able to stop those all animation to occur using this stop function. What we have to do? We have to just create a slide function or any animation which is related to slide, toggle, means slide, fade, toggle, and hide out, show, and we have to create another what we call as stop function, which is going to stop that function which is in execution. For example, here we have a hash flip, a button with the hash flip as a means flip as a id, and whenever the user clicks that button, there is another div element which is with the id panel. It is going to give a slide down effect in the time of 5 seconds. 5000 means 5 seconds. And at the same mode of time, when user clicks this stop function, means a button with the id of stop, it is going to stop that panel to make a successful slide down. And this is how we go with the stop function. Well, now I am going to discuss about the stop function. Well, stop function is used to stop any animation to occur. Well, we have a lot of animation which includes the fade, slide, and hide and show. We can able to stop that to occur. For example, here I am going to add some of the things which can help us to clarify how the stop function work. For example, here I have created a button under which we have the hello, and next I am going to add a navigation bar. For example, here we have the navigation bar under which we have file list which includes the home, setting, privacy, terms and condition. And next, well, this is our nav bar, and I'm going to create another new button, and here we have another new button which has a inner HTML as a stop, and with the identifier or id as a button. And next, here I am going to add a style to it, style in which I am going to give how the navigation should look like, what is a border, width and height, and the margin left. And we have a navigation list, and for that list I am going to push from one another in the margin top of a 5 pixel, and they are away from each other in the margin top of 5 pixel, and I just save it. And here in the here we are with this home, setting, privacy, terms, condition, nav bar, and we have the hello and we have the stop. And in the JS, I have selected this button, and whenever the user clicks that button, it has to select the nav bar, means the nav bar which we have created, which is with the identifier nav, and it has to select that identifier, and it has to give a slide up effect within 1 second. And whenever the user clicks that, it is going to give the slide up method. And this is how we go with the slide up method. And now I am going to show you how the stop function work here. And we have already created another button, hash button. If you know that in the HTML, here I have created an p tag with the identifier as a button. I have selected the identifier here, and whenever the user clicks that identifier, it has to occur a function under which we are going to add a stop function to it. I just copy it, I just paste it here, and I am going to add the stop function, and I just save it. And here comes, I just reload the site. Whenever we click the hello, well, wait a minute, it is very fast. I just give it around 5 seconds, and whenever user clicks it, it is going to add, and whenever user clicks that stop function, it is going to stop that specific animation. For example, as you can have a look at here, whenever user clicks that, it is going to stop that specific animation, and this is how we go with the stop animation. Well, now coming to the callback functions. For every fade in, fade out, toggle, every effect which we have discussed in the jQuery, we are with the callback function. Means we have the timing, along with the timing we have the callback function. Why it is needed? Well, for some of the reasons. Whenever we are using fading, slide or hide or show method, sometimes they are stuck and they are not working. At that mode of time, this callback function will help. For example, here I have used the alert function. Whenever I click something, it is going to hide this p element with a slow transition, and here we have callback function. Whenever this is executed successfully, it is going to show us the alert method, else it will not show. For that purpose, the callback functions are very useful, because they are getting executed if this function is executed successfully. For example, if it is hided successfully, shown successfully, or faded or slided successfully, at that mode of time it is going to show us what actually is happening. And this is how the callback functions are very useful, and I'm going to discuss these all things in the VS Code. Next, moving to the chaining method. Well, if you want to execute a series of events, you can use this chaining method. For example, well, here we have an example of hash p1, means an element with id p1. What we are going to do with it? First of all, we are going to change the color of that text which is present under the p1, and after that we are going to give a slide up effect with the 2 seconds, means 2-second transition, and next at last we are going with the slide down with the 2-second transition. Means I am not going to do these all things simultaneously. These are must and should occur one by one. Therefore, I am using this. While using the chaining method, you can execute anything one by one. That is why the chaining method is used. Here I have gave an example. Here I have changed the color of this p1 successfully. After that, I have gave the slide up, which is going to increase the size, and next slide down, which is going to decrease the size. Well, now I am going to discuss about the chaining method. Under the chaining method, we can able to add multiple events, and they occur one by one, and they are not simultaneously occurring, they occur one by one. For example, here I am going to select the nav bar, and whenever user clicks a specific button in my site, it has to give a slide down slide up effect for 5 seconds, and slide down effect for 3 seconds, and fade in effect for around 3 seconds. And these events occur one by one. For example, I can do that using this method, in which I am going to select that specific navbar, and I am going to give the slide up effect, and here we have the slide up effect, and which is around 3 seconds, and next I am going to give the slide down effect, and slide down effect is around 1 second, and next I am going to give the fade in method, and fade in method, and that fade in method is around 2 seconds, and I just save it, and I come here and I just reload the thing, and whenever I give whenever user clicks that, it is going to give the slide down effect, slide up effect, and fade in effect. Well, and this is how we go with that specific chaining. Well, as you can have a look at here, I just change that fade in to fade out, in which it is going to give a 0 opacity to us, and I just reload the site, and whenever the user clicks that specific button, it is going to give the slide up effect, slide down effect, and fade in effect. It has removed that completely, means it has made the opacity of that specific navbar 0, and this is how we go with that chaining method. And now I am going to discuss. Well, next we have the get context and the attribute. What is this? Well, we have discussed a lot of getting the value, getting the inner HTML, getting the text which is present in the HTML using that ES6 and normal JS. in which we used to call document.getElementById by id dot inner html, or if you want to change any style, document.getElementById by id dot style. But it is very huge, and if you are a programmer and you want your program to be very fast, then you have to use this thing. It is very simple. You just need to select anything. If you want to find the text which is present in the specific tag, you have to just use dot text. Whenever you use $.p and dot text, it is going to return every text which is present in the p. And next we have the HTML. Whenever I use HTML, not only it gives that text, but also it will give that specific tags which are present in that p. Yes. For example, if I have div, under the div I have p tag, under the p tag I have hello world. When I just say div dot text, it is going to give me hello world. At the same time, if I say div dot html, it is also going to give us that p tag which is present in it. And this is what the difference between text and the HTML. Next we have the value. When I am talking about the value, we have discussed a lot of inputs. Input which include the radio, type equal to text, type equal to email, and type equal to password. To get those all values, we are using this value function. You don't need to add a very huge code. You just have to select that input and use dot value, and it is going to give the value of that specific input. And this is how we go with the get context method. Using this, we can able to get the value, HTML, text, as well as in the attributes we can able to set the attributes related to the source of an image or an href of an image, or the link, and it is related to style also. First of all, I will go with the get context, in which we have the text. For example, for that I am going to create a p tag, and under that p tag I am going to add some text, means identify as a text, or leave it. And under that p I am going to add the hello world, or else I am going to create a parent tag for that specific p. Here we have the div, under that div we have the p, and under that p we have the text hello world, and I just save it. And here in the i.js, whenever user clicks that specific button, well, I'm going to create the button. Here we don't have any button. Well, I created the button, and I'm going to add the click method, and I just save it. And here comes, whenever user clicks that specific button, it is going to select it is going to select this div, and it is going to give us that HTML, or what we call as text. First of all, I am going to get a text, and for that purpose, so that user could able to read that, I'm going to add the alert and t, and I just save it. And well, here I just reload the site. As you can have a look at, here we have the click button, and we have the hello world which is under the div, and whenever user clicks that, whatever the text which is present under this p, which is a hello world, is displayed in the format of alert. For example, whenever user clicks it, well, you have the hello world here, which is displayed, and this is how we get the text which is under the specific HTML tag. And next, whenever I type here the HTML, instead of the text, it also gives, means along with that text, it also gives the tag which is present under it. For example, here I write the HTML. Whenever user clicks it, well, you are going to get the p tag along with the hello world, and this is how we go with the HTML. And next, along with that, we will also have some of the tags. Along with it, we are also with the inputs. Well, for every input we can able to get its value using the JavaScript. I just come here in the HTML, and here I'm going to add the input, and here we have the id equal to p, and I just remove these all things, and well, I just add the type equal to text. I just save it. Well, we have the input which is with the type equal to text and identifier as a p. I just save it, and well, here I just save it, and I'm going to remove this button, or let it be. Whenever user clicks that specific button, it has to get the value of that input variable t equal to, I'm going to select that input. Well, we have the input, we have selected it successfully, and we are going to get the value, and I'm going to alert that specific value here, console.log, and well, t is the value, and here in the browser I just reload the site. Here we have the value. Well, it's not getting loaded. Here I am going to add my name, or else the Athfix I. Well, we have added the name successfully, Athfix I. Whenever user clicks that, the value which is under this input is alerted because of this value method, and here we have it. I just click it. Well, haven't we added the, well, we have added the console.log, therefore I just open the more tools and developer tools. Here we have the Athfix I. For example, here we have the Athfix I. Well, I haven't added the alert, therefore it is under the console, because I added the console.log. Here we have the Athfix I. If I click another time, and here we have Athfix I, and this is how we going to get the value of a specific input. After this, we have the attribute method. Well, using the attribute, we can able to change a lot of things, and we are going to discuss that. Well, do subscribe our channel for regular updates. Thank you.